Hi, this is Noreen from Gone Social Marketing. I'm a social media manager specializing in Facebook ads, fan page creations, as well as Pinterest. And today we're going to give you a quick overview of how to set Pinterest up for personal use. This is my Pinterest page, but before we get into that, I'm going to give you a little background on Pinterest. Pinterest, if you haven't been on there, is a virtual scrapbook, sort of like the way people used to post everything on the refrigerator with the magnets. But now you have a virtual pin board where you can put all the pictures that are interesting to you. You can organize and share images that you found on the web of anything that you love, clothes, food, places you have visited, places you want to visit, interesting infographics, anything that interests you. If there's an image attached to it, you can add it to Pinterest. People are planning weddings on there. People are putting their wedding registry on there. People are getting ideas for decorating homes, organizing recipes. There's no limit to what you can do with Pinterest. And if you don't have any ideas what to do with Pinterest, you can certainly get quite a few by just browsing the pin boards that were created by other people. You might discover new things and you might get inspiration from the people who share your interests. And it is all very short, it's sweet, it's fast, and it's easy. Just what I like. It's very, very popular. Mashable has said that it is more addictive than anything. It's a collection of collections, which is exactly what it is. It's everybody has their collections, and everybody is on the site. About 12, I think it's up to 12 million people on there, and they just started a year or two ago, and it's Mashable says it's as interesting to find out more about the people as it is to find out about what they have been posting, because you get a real feel for what people are interested in, sides of them you may never have seen before. So it's a great little site, and you'll have it picked up and you'll have your site going in an hour. Let's just go through some of the terminology again before we get on the site. A pin is simply an image that you've added to one of the boards. It can come from a website. You can have a pin it icon in your browser button, or the site itself can have pins, and everything will just link back to wherever it originally was posted. You can also just upload your own images or items that have images in them, such as maybe a video, and just add a relevant, brief but informative description to any image that you have. Repin is something that if you've seen a pin that somebody else did, you can then put that pin on your own board. So you're sort of taking a pin or an image from another board and putting it on your own. That's a repin, but it is still linked up to the original user, and it's also linked up to the original source of the actual information. You can also simply like something that you see or make a comment on it. You don't always have to repin it. If you see it and you like it, you can just make a comment or indicate that you like it. Now, a board is just a collection of pins, and they're usually set up around a theme. So it might be blouses, it might be shoes, it might be the color blue, it might be horses, it might be housewares, it might be it could just be anything, and but they should have a bit of a theme to them. Pinterest uses the expression stream, and that's really just your news feed, what people that are your friends, and they're called followers in Pinterest. Anybody who's following you, you'll find out what's going on with them in the stream. Following, there are two ways to follow somebody. If you want to follow everything that that person is doing, then you would follow the person. That would be following all of their boards. But if they have a ton of boards and you like the person well enough, but you don't necessarily want to read each one of their boards, you can follow their individual boards. So you either follow a person, in which case you're following all of their boards, or you can follow a board, a very specific board. And also, you can also unfollow boards if they no longer become relevant to you. You can unfollow users. Nobody's going to be notified. There's not going to be any big drama over that whole thing. There are some rules, so let's get those out of the way. There does have to be an image associated with the pin. No picture, no pin. Videos are great. They can create an image on the video. If you're having a problem, you can just create an image for it, or post the article to your website and then add a picture to it, and then you'd be able to pin it. So that's not a problem at all. But do remember that it is a social site and it's primarily social sharing. Constant selling is not important. It's similar to the theories on other social media sites that you shouldn't be selling more than 20% of the time. 20% of your posts or your pins or whatever, that's the maximum you should have for sales-oriented pins. 80%, at least 80% should be just social sharing and information. Of course, you need to be respectful. People can report you if you're not, and you don't want to go into any untasteful, opinionated diatribes or anything else. Just it's a friendly social site. And keep in mind that you cannot block anybody from seeing your site. So be careful what you post there, because everybody in the world can see that. There's nobody you can block. There are no private boards. The only thing you can do is if somebody does have some questionable material that they're posting, you can report it to Pinterest and they will look into it. So just remember, there is no privacy, at least at this point, no private boards. So everything you pin is open to anybody who wants to come view it. But just be your authentic self, have fun, don't worry about it. You don't. You want to just make sure that you're friendly, but you're true to yourself. And just also give credit where credit's due. Link back to the original source whenever you know what that is, so that that source does get the credit and does get the potential traffic. Also, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to talk to you about the copywriting laws. But be aware that some material on the web, even though it's on the web, it is copyrighted. So you can't necessarily just take it and pin it. So look into that. If you have some material on your own website, Pinterest does have an option called the no pin, and you can put that code into your website so that nobody can pin it. If you're looking for images that you know are safe to pin, you can always go do an advanced search on Google, do the advanced image search, and look for the usage rights that allow for commercial use or allow to be changed or can be used by anybody. Now, the one sort of glitch or that I think of for Pinterest, it is by invitation only. To get started, you have to receive an invitation. You can receive an invitation from a friend who's already on it. It could be a Facebook friend, or it could be somebody who has your email address, but you do have to receive an invite. But you can ask your friends. You can also go on to you can actually go to Pinterest.com. I'll show you how to do that, but that can take a couple of days before they get around to sending you the invite. You could also go to the Facebook site for Pinterest and just ask if anybody would help you out by inviting you. And again, you have to either be their friend on Facebook to do that, or you need to give them their email address. And if you just go search on Facebook in the Facebook search field, and put in Pinterest, you'll see a bunch of Pinterest groups, and I'm sure there's somebody there who would be willing to help you out. Now let's just take a quick look then over at the site now, and let me get over there. So here we are at the Pinterest board. Now I am not signed in as myself, even though it is my page. I'm doing an incognito screen here. and because I wanted to show you that you can go to Pinterest.com and request an invite. Okay, but it will take a couple of days. And as you can see, Pinterest is an online pin board. You organize and share things you love. So I'm not going to log in right now because this is set up purposely so that they don't automatically know who I am that's coming here. So just remember, you do need an invite, so ask your friends who are already on it to give you an invite, or come right on over here and request an invite, or go to one of the Facebook pages that I mentioned. And then what will happen is that you will, once you request the invite, you will receive one by mail or Facebook, and that then Pinterest will respond to that, and they will send you an activation link. So then you have to actually sign in, and you have to sign in using either Facebook or Twitter. After you've signed in and registered and done all of that, you can then unlink those accounts if that's your choice, and you can just simply go in by way of email. So that's what you would then need to do. So let's get out of this this site, this anonymous site. So here we are then, back at the main site. We've presumably requested that. We've gone in and we've registered. All of that's been taken care of. And as you can see, then you can log in with Facebook or Twitter. Once you're registered, you can also log in with your email address. For now, I'm just going to log in with Facebook. And when the first time you come through and do the login, they will present you with a list of interests that will sort of look like this. And you can pick and choose which items you might want them to direct you to, give them a hint, so to speak, of what you're interested in, and they'll help you find some of those things. And you only see that list the very first time, but you always have this option to go in and do searches for any of the topics that they might have, so it's not a big deal if you don't get all your interests in your first time around. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to stop here and end this video. We'll come back and we'll show you how to actually set up your account and what fields to look at.